Hey guys! So in this video, it is one of my tours that I do now. I had someone from the tour group actually film me, so they're nice enough to follow me on some of the tour and film it. It's not the best, obviously, like filming, photography, wasn't a professional, it was just someone that's being really nice and filmed it. So I got some of this footage so you can kind of see what my tours are like and kind of come along with me and see what I do. So I hope you guys enjoy. Bye!
Beaver. Bet you guys all knew that. You've probably seen these all over the place if you go to nature reserves and things like that. Benji, what do beavers like to do? Swim. And what's missing from Benji's enclosure?
Water.
Water. He doesn't have any water in here. This is because Benji is a lazy beaver. Benji doesn't like to swim. That pit in the middle, we did used to fill it up with water, and he never went in it. He hates the water. Basically, Benji's story, he was a DNR rescue beaver. His mother was killed in the wild, and so he was given to us to raise here. Hope, who runs the zoo, actually raised him from a baby. When he was small, he used to swim all the time. In the creek that you see running around, they used to swim together all the time. And as he got older, he figured out that he didn't need to swim to get food. There you go. He didn't need to swim to build a dam to get shelter. He's figured out that he can lay down all day in the sun and have his food brought to him, and he doesn't need to swim anymore. So I say lazy beaver is pretty clever beaver as well. He was actually taken up to the Rachel Ray show in New York at one point, and they set a paddling pool up and stuff to kind of show people how a beaver swims. As soon as they tried to put him in that paddling pool, he pretty much bounced off again. He did not want to go in that pool of water. So there's Benji, our beautiful beaver, jumping on his carrots. Okay. Next guy. Okay, do we have any guesses at what these guys might be? Yeah, who said that? Quadamundis. You were very, very close. Yes, these guys are quadamundis. Did you like that? There you go. These are quadamundis. They're also known as a South American raccoon. You can kind of see those rings around their tail. That's where they get that name from. These guys come from South America. And basically, just as you would if you were going to Africa, a swarm of baboons that kind of swarm your table and steal your food, these guys go around in a troop too. So if you're having a picnic outside, they would swarm your table and steal all your lunch. They are little scavengers. You can also see they have those long, wiggly noses. Their noses are super, super sensitive and super strong. They actually, as a treat, we give these guys hard-boiled eggs, and with their nose, they can pick up an egg and peel it and eat it just using their nose. So they have those very strong noses, and they're very sensitive. You can kind of see there's some stinky shoes scattered around in their enclosure. They love stinky shoes. So when we're done with our old shoes, we'll give it to these guys. Be nice, Jake. We'll give it to these guys, and what we actually do is we will hide food around their enclosure and in the shoes. It's kind of a game for them, and it gives them something to do. Rather than just giving them a plate of food, they have to hunt around with their noses and find their food. And they love doing it. These guys also, you can see their tail. Oh, she's right up there. Their tails are what's known as a non-prehensile tail. This means it's just for balance. They can't grab onto things or swing from it. Their tail is just for balance. So you can see her up there. You can also see the way she's climbing right now. These guys can turn their wrists 180 degrees round. So you can see when she's climbing, she went down and she went up as well. This means she can just flick her wrists and she can go up and down a tree and things like that. Whereas if you've ever seen a raccoon try and climb down a tree, they do the awkward little bus shuffle down because they can't turn their wrists and they cannot physically go down a tree. That's make these guys pretty cool. They're brilliant tree climbers with those tails and with those wrists. This next pen, you can only see one of these guys. We will see a few more of these later. This is a muntjac deer. You can see her laying down against the side. She is the second smallest species of deer in the world. That is as big as she will grow. They do not get any bigger than that. So these are muntjac deer. The males actually have two little horns on top of their head and two little fangs that hang down. Like a bit of a vampire. And this is our female. She doesn't have either of those. Muntjac deer also have a second set of nostrils. And this is located under their eyes. It kind of looks like they have two little cuts under their eyes. This is their second set of nostrils. So when these guys are running through the bushes, they run very fast. And so they'll open that second set of nostrils up, so when the wind's running over them when they're running, they're able to smell where they're going and they're not going to run straight into a predator. This helps them. And also a little gross fact about muntjac deers, they can actually lick their own eyeballs. Yeah. As you can see, we still call them wolf pups because they do have a lot of growing before they reach the size of the adult ones on this side. So on this side we have Abel and Lotsie. Lotsie is the more brownish one, Abel is the white one. And Lotsie is actually what's known as a hybrid. So this means it's when someone thinks it's a good idea to have a wolf as a pet. So they'll breed a wolf with something like a husky to try and get around the legalities of not being able to have a wolf as a pet. This is a really bad idea because there is no way, it's not possible to breed the wild wolf out. It is always going to be a wild wolf, it's always going to have those instincts, and you cannot breed that out. So what happened in one day, she destroyed the people's house, she ripped out the entire house's plumbing, she tore down the walls, and she tore up the yard in one day. You cannot get rid of the wild. They're not meant to be confined, they're not meant to be domesticated. So she was taken off of them by the DNR, and she was given to us to live out her life as a wild wolf should. As you can see, she's a perfect wolf. So these guys have made a pack on this side, and these guys have made a pack on this side. This is up to them who they accept by their pack members, and we would not be able to mix them together to try and make one big pack. They would fight. They have their own pack mentality, and they're the ones who make that. We don't have any choice in that. As you can see, we have a stupid deer, or as some people say, a clever deer, because she knows they can't get her. Well, either way, they're thinking, yum. So, we can sometimes, Abel, our big white one, we can sometimes get him to howl with us. Do you all want to try and make him howl? Okay. So what we're going to do is on the count of 3, if we all howl together, when he throws his head back, we stop and he will carry on the howl, okay? Okay.
I'm going to take off my headset because I don't want it to be that loud. Okay, we ready? 1, 2, 3.
There you go. Now you can tell everyone you've howled with a wolf. Okay, so we're going to go ahead this way. I usually give her treats. I don't have anything today. She was actually hand-raised by our headkeeper Melissa here. She had her when she was a kitten, and she hand-raised her. Melissa is actually able to go in there and do lots of training and things with her. Whereas if I was to go in there, well, you just see what she did a minute ago. She wouldn't pay any attention to me. I'm not the one who had that one-on-one bond with her. What's a Serval's favorite food? Any guesses? Not rats? Meat? It is a type of meat. Servals love birds. Servals love to hunt birds. What they do, these guys can actually catch a bird in flight. And the way they're able to do this is these guys can actually jump 8 to 9 feet straight up in the air. They can jump very high and just catch a bird in flight. They're very good. These guys are actually very successful in catching their prey. These guys catch their prey about 80% of the time, whereas a bigger cat, like a lion, only catches their prey about 40% of the time. So these guys are very good hunters. As you can see, she also has an excellent camouflage. A lot of the time I come over here, I can't even see her in there. She'll be right in front of me, and she has claws. She'll be right in front of me in the leaves, and I won't be able to see her. You can also see on the back of her head, she has those white spots on the top of her big ears. So what she'll do, she'll lay down in like dead leaves and stuff like that here, and have her big ears sticking in the air. From the back to another animal, these look like eyes. So what happens is the animal will walk around the other side, thinking they're avoiding her face, when actually they'll walk straight into her mouth. She doesn't even have to move sometimes when she wants to hunt. She can be a lazy hunter. We also have in the back pen, you can't see him right now, he's probably in his house. We have a second serval. This is our male serval, Daniel. Basically, these guys are going to be future mates. They're just dating at the moment through the fence. This has been a slow introduction. We cannot put these guys in at the same time because they would fight. So it's been a slow introduction so they can see each other and meet each other and check each other out. So hopefully within a few weeks we'll mix them together and they will become mates, and we might have some little serval kittens. Okay, so I'm going to get you guys all together up so everyone can see her. Samaya, come on, girl. You're playing games. Come on. Come on. Here we go, okay. Soraya. Come on, girl. See, my cat's not playing with me today. I say a cat. You see it. Are you coming out? Come on. Here we go. Okay. Soraya. Peekaboo. Okay. I said cat. This is a big cat. But I already had a correct guess. This is a cougar. It's also known as a mountain lion or a panther. A lot of different names depending on where in America you're from. She's called different things. But here in Georgia, she's called a mountain lion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scratch her, and you guys are going to hear something very cool. If you guys all listen very closely, you'll be able to hear her purr. It's getting a bit quiet right now. She is what's known as a lesser cat, and this means she can purr. Greater cats would be something like a lion or a tiger. They're not capable of purring. So a lesser cat would be something like Soraya, and also your domestic house cat, which is a cat that can purr. The reason you can see I'm not using my hand to scratch her is because I don't want to lose my hand today. She likes to chew on the brush, and I'd rather her chew on the brush than chew on my hand. Okay, so what she's doing right now, she's actually sucking on her front paw. She stuck her entire front paw in her mouth, and she's sucking on it. And this is a behavior called pacifying. And this basically means she's happy, she's content. I've done my job and scratched her back, and now she's going to pacify herself with her paw. So if you guys can all see as you come around, she's going to carry on sucking on her paw until we're gone. I'm not sure if this is a behavior that all mountain lions do, or just Soraya. Because they're related to dingoes. These are New Guinea singing dogs. Yali. Daru. These are New Guinea singing dogs. You can hear they have those beautiful singing voices. These guys, you cannot actually find these guys in the wild anymore. These guys are extinct in the wild. This is because these guys have a very high prey drive. So high that in the wild they used to go after farmers' sheep and goats and things like that. So a law was passed that farmers were allowed to shoot these guys if they were killing their livestock. However, this went on for so long that before we noticed that the numbers were going down, it was too late and they killed them all off. So you can only find these guys in captivity now. However, we are part of the conservation for New Guinea singing dogs. As you heard, these guys are both boys. These are brothers. So we are hoping to get a female from another zoo in the near future. And we'll be able to contribute to that breeding program and hopefully help build up a wild population again. Because these guys are very sweet. As I was saying about their high prey drive, it is so high these guys can actually climb straight up a tree. They're not desperate for food, they can run straight up a tree. We actually show this off. We can take these guys to different programs and things like that. The way we show this off is we can set up 2 ladders on each side of a stage and a long plank between it. We can actually get these guys to run up a ladder, straight across a plank and down again. To kind of display so they can go up, down, and everywhere to get their food. These guys are brothers. One of these guys is fixed and the other one isn't, just because we wouldn't be able to have 2 boys in the same enclosure together. They would fight. Even though they're brothers, they wouldn't care about that. Their territory is all they would care about. So you can tell which one is the dominant one. It's this one. Whenever I go to touch Yali, he's like, what are you doing? But they're very, very sweet. And you can hear when they start to sing, when our wolves are howling and whining, these guys will join in as well, and they'll all kind of sing together, and it's really pretty. However, when they're kind of singing on their own, it's quite a horrible sound.